Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Chad Goff. I'm the National Sales Director with 3 Mentors. Thanks for joining us on this webinar today where we're going to talk about our Financial Evolution Summit. Joining me today, I have 3 Mentors founder and president David Gaylor and Jeffrey Cutter, founder and president of Radical Promoting. Now, we got a lot to cover here today to give you an idea of what you're going to get at this Financial Evolution Summit. So first and foremost, I want to go over the agenda real quick. We want to let you know why we are hosting this Financial Evolution Summit and what types of things you're going to get from this event. I want to let you know who is going to be speaking at the event and what makes us qualified, what makes us industry professionals and experts in these topics we're going to discuss. And then finally, as I stated, we're going to give you a brief overview of some of the ideas, concepts, things that are going to be covered during the event. Now, before we get into it, I do want to talk about an idea, this idea of the golden circle, or starting with why. At the end of this webinar, if you go out and you Google Simon Sinek or start with why, you're going to find a TED Talk. And again, not right now, but at the end of the webinar. It's 18 minutes, and it's time well spent if you go out and watch it. So here's the basic concept behind starting with why. And it's important that you understand this idea before we go forward because it describes why we came together as organizations and are hosting this event. Now, every single organization on the planet always functions on 3 levels: what we do, how we do it, and why we do it. When all 3 pieces are aligned, it gives us a filter through which to make decisions. When all our 3 are in balance, others will say with absolute clarity and certainty, we know who you are, and we know what you stand for. Now, whether they realize it or not, all great organizations think, act, and communicate just like each other, and it's the complete opposite from everyone else. So what do I mean by this? Every company organization knows what they do. These are the products we sell and the services we provide. And in our space, that's the annuity and life products. It's the back office support. It's marketing support. It's fund managers. It's all those different things. Some companies and organizations know how they do what they do. This is the differentiating value proposition, or the proprietary process, or the unique selling proposition. These are all things that set us apart from the competition. Now, we're going to talk about these things, and you're going to see from the 3 organizations that are part of this Financial Evolution Summit, they are very unique hows. But very few people and organizations can clearly articulate why they do what they do. Why is a purpose. It's a cause or a belief. It provides a clear answer to why we get out of bed in the morning. Now, making money is not a why. Revenues, profits, salaries, and other monetary measurements are simply results of what we do. The why inspires us. Now, we naturally communicate from the outside in. We go from the clearest thing to the fuzziest thing. We tell people what we do. We tell them how we do it different than other organizations, and we expect them to do something, expect them to purchase or to come on board. The problem is what and how don't inspire. Facts and figures make rational sense, but we don't make any decisions based purely on facts and figures. Starting with what is what commodities do. Starting with why is what leaders do. Leaders inspire, and that's what we're trying to do in our industry. Organizations with the capacity to inspire, think, act, and communicate from the inside out, they start with why. When we communicate our purpose or cause first, we communicate in a way that drives decisions and drives behavior. So it's very important that you understand this. And I want you to understand what our why is. So Jeff, why don't you tell us a little bit about what is our why?
Yeah, what we wanted to do was we wanted to create 3 organizations comprised of experienced advisors and marketers who are dedicated to transforming the independent space. We're looking to take advisors to the next level. And we want to guide those advisors who put their clients' interests first and want to help financial professionals evolve to become their trusted local expert and compete with advisors, like, for example, coming from the brokerage world, like a Merrill Lynch or a Edward Jones.
So Jeff, go a little bit deeper than that. Tell us a little bit more what that means to you.
So what that means to me is this, is that what I have found on the independent space, right, is that you could have the best marketer in the world. You could have the best RA in the world. You could have the best FMO in the world, but they all work independently. What we wanted to do was we wanted to find the three of the best in the industry, combine those three, and then go out and find the best advisors who want to put their clients first. Where our advisors help the most is on the pre-retirement space and the retirement space. And what we want to do is create the right platform for the right advisor to be able to help that consumer have the best retirement process out there. And we just don't see it on the independent platform. So, Chad, let me just go and just talk a little bit about who's on this call today. So the first person that I'd like to have speak here will be David. Hey, David, can you just tell us a little bit about you and a little bit about why you were so excited to have this opportunity to work in this type of environment?
Hey, Jeff, I'll be glad to, buddy. Thank you so much, and everyone, thanks for listening in. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 50 years old. I grew up in a small town in Ohio, and I grew up poor, very, very challenged. I got my insurance license at age 22, and that would be 1987. And what I looked for, initially my goal was a property and casualty agency, and I just wanted to build a six-figure recurring income stream through renewals and that sort of thing. Well, in a small town, it's hard to write enough business to do that, and by 2001, my income had plateaued really in the $50,000 to $60,000 range. In 2001, I remember I made $52,000, and I attended a meeting about working in the senior market, and I had actually done my first annuity in 1991 and really enjoyed working in that space, totally believed in the products. And I remember my first indexed annuity I wrote in 1996, and I had clients double their money in 4 years, and then they were protected from 2000 to 2002. But still, I could not find a system or a process that put me in front of people under favorable conditions. However, I did find that in 2001. 2002, I implemented that process, and my income increased sevenfold. I made $350,000. 2003, my income increased to $500,000. By 2004, it increased to $1 million. I mean, that's a 20-fold increase in 3 years. What I found was a system that was duplicable, it was predictable, and it was transferable. And also what I found was I had the ability, and my partners had the ability, to teach that system to other people. And in 2006, the organization we were with, we had taught and trained a lot of individuals. In 2006, we formed our own company, Three Mentors. And what I found is that by following this same system, the same success that I've had, my partners have had, is transferable to other people. It's very similar to a franchise. However, the thing is, it doesn't cost the franchise money to cost. And that's what people are going to learn at this meeting, is basically there's no cost. We think we have the ultimate franchise, and that's what we want to talk to you about at this meeting. You're going to see a process that you can duplicate. The results are incredibly predictable, and the same success that myself and my partners and even that Jeff has had can be transferred to you. So that's what we want to see. So, and that's what we want to talk to you about. Now, Jeff, why don't you tell them about the success that you've had?
So, I have an office on it's almost a little island. It's called Cape Cod, where 3/4 of my office is all water. So there was a big challenge that I had seen when I wanted to open an office here, right? So what I'd seen is that downtown in the brokerage world, when a person came into a brokerage office, that person was already sold on the brand, right? Whereas on the independent space, we didn't have that. we didn't have that opportunity to help educate the consumer before they actually came in the door. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to create a process. I wanted to create a system. I wanted to create an environment where we could go out and educate the consumer, so by the time they got into our door, they knew who we were, they know what we offered, and they knew why that you wanted to help them. So that really worked out very well. And so we opened our office here in Cape Cod in January 1st of 2013. And for the first half of the year, we were still building our brand, and we didn't see a lot of a production here, really. But gosh, starting in around July of 2013, the message had really hit in our area. And we went from about $3 million in revenue, and we finished the year at about $29 million. And then it just carried through. The following year, we ended up being about 58 million or so, 56 million. And in 2015, we'll be approaching 80 million. And it is consistent. And you know, we opened a new area about helping others on a 401k. And we went from, you know, helping 1 in 10 people to helping 8.2 out of 10. My wife thinks I'm nuts. She thinks I'm absolutely crazy. She said, you know, we thank God that we earn a healthy living, with, you know, and we do okay out there, right? I've got three young girls, and I coach their sports teams, which is great. And she's like, why are you doing this? Right? Why are you going out to try to help other advisors across the country? And I said to her, I said, honey, look, my mother always said I was either going to be a teacher or a preacher, and you know, priests can't marry, so it would not fit into the way I want to live my life. So I like to teach. But what is so empowering, okay, is by teaching in this industry, you can teach people to really help others, and that is just amazing. We've been able to take our message and go on TV like Fox News and cable news programs, and so it's been really, really exciting. By helping others, you ultimately help. So, hey, David, can you tell us a little bit about the advantage of 3 Mentors, and then I'm going to jump into a little bit about Radical, and then I'd like to talk a little bit about the RIA firm that we have on our platform and why they are so instrumental in helping the independent space.
Absolutely, Jeff. Thank you very much. The advantage of 3 Mentors, just very simply, is this. I want you to think about something if you're listening to this. How can someone who's never done anything help you do it? You see, my partners and I, Jeff, we're actively involved in our own financial practices. We've built from the ground up a thriving financial practice in our local community. We're still active producers. We founded this company ourselves. We're financial professionals. We founded it to work with financial professionals. We have a philosophy, and that is, if you care, you share. That's just what you heard Jeff talking about. He has created and developed this amazing process, and he shares it with others. We're a boutique firm. We offer world-class service and training. We do not want to be the largest FMO by volume or by number of producers. What we want is to work with hand-picked, high-quality, very ethical individuals around the United States and help them build a financial practice that in their area is going to help them dominate that area. Here's what you're going to learn at this Financial Evolution Summit. I'm going to go through my appointment process. Jeff will go through his appointment process. What you're going to see is you're going to see the meat. We're going to go deep. You're going to learn everything about our practice. We're not going to hold anything back. It's not going to be fluff. So it's actually going to be the good stuff. So we're going to go through appointment 1, appointment 2. You're going to learn about unique workshops and small group programs that we have. And I'm going to teach you about the most powerful concept that I've ever discovered. This is something I created. It's called income allocation. Now, this is something I've been utilizing for 2.5 years in my own practice, and I'm going to be very candid and very honest. I stumbled upon it by sheer accident. I was trying to explain a concept to a process, or to a prospect. And The concept was you don't need all of your life savings to create income in retirement. Here's my concern. The income allocation theory is based upon the absolute opposite of asset allocation. You see, asset allocation was a theory. A lot of people took it as a fact. In 2008, the last financial crisis, it failed miserably. Now that studies have been done and we understand sequence risk or order of returns risk, we understand how to have that conversation with people. We know that the 5 years before retirement and the 5 to 10 years after retirement begins are the most critical financial years of your life. We know you can't take a loss if you're taking income from your portfolio. So you see, asset allocation, it failed the last time. We can't ever trust it again. The 4% rule that was created in 1993. You see, these are things you're going to learn. The 4% rule has now been deemed ineffective. People are taking too much from their portfolios. We're going to talk about the appropriate withdrawal rate. We're going to show you how with income allocation, how to leverage dollars, how to get $1 doing the work of $2 or $3. You're also going to learn this theory. And the theory is it doesn't take all of your money. We're going to create extra money for people to go have fun with. You're going to get a copy of the book. We're going to go through the software. You're going to learn the process backwards and forwards. In 2.5 years, this has absolutely transformed my practice. The average client size that I'm seeing now is well into the 7 figures. Before this process, most of those people did not have, or were not my clients. At the end of the day, with income allocation, why did I write this book? The reason I wrote this book is, and here's the why, okay? The why is this. We have an entire generation of people, 78 million people, the baby boomers, about to retire. Most of them don't have a pension. They either have a pension or they have Social Security. They don't have both. I've been doing this a long time. I've worked with what I consider to be the wealthiest generation, and that was the one right before this. They had adequate income when they retired. My security comes from my income. It doesn't come from my savings account. It's nice to know it's there, but at the end of the day, it's my income that pays the bills and provides my lifestyle. We're going to show you how through income allocation you can help people retire with confidence. You can help them retire with peace of mind. What we're going to show you how to do is to take speculation. You see, asset allocation is speculation. How to take speculation and replace it with certainty. How to take doubt and worry. In other words, am I going to run out of money in retirement, and replace that with peace of mind. I'm going to show you how to manage the 2 greatest risks in retirement. First, longevity. Second, sequence risk. I promise you, when you come to this event, you're going to understand this, and you're going to leave more empowered to go back to help your own clients and your own community live a much more certain retirement. So let's talk a little bit about Radical.
Yeah, you know something, if I just add one thing. So in order to have this vision work, right, you really needed to have the right FMO who gets just what David is talking about. Because to talk about Radical without talking about David's FMO, it would not work. Because his brand rolls right into the Radical side. And then you'll see when we talk about the RIA side, that brand rolls right into the other 2 pieces. But what it does, it creates a independent platform to give the advisor the opportunity to go out and help the client, help the customer find the right solution. So great job, David, and I am excited to be on stage with you literally in about 2 months. So, but let me move into a little bit of Radical side. All right. So again, there is a lot that goes into our Radical Promoting Elite Marketing program. We will put our emphasis and our focus on a few of the most important pieces in our training at the event in September. Our bottom line is about working with you and for you to make sure we are building the right bridges to get you to the right goals. We'll be doing these things through training and a few different pieces of your strategy. Look, everybody has a unique selling proposition, and that makes them different in the eyes of the prospects. It is your holistic approach to Is it your holistic approach to planning? Is it your commitment to personalized customer service? Is it the family atmosphere you've developed with your clients? Your USP allows your prospects a simple answer to the question, why would they want to work with you and not them? We will help you discover what the answer to that is and help you design a way to bring that answer to them. Then we will talk about using that USP to develop an overall image of success. And this includes all the trappings of what people expect from a company that they want to work with. A quality logo, engaging website, interactive social media accounts, consistent marketing messages, all putting the focus on the branding of what makes you and your company unique. Most importantly, we will reveal a system that will help you coordinate all of your marketing activities so that they will all work together to promote the same professional brand image in the minds of each of your prospects. Every aspect of the program works together, leveraging the strengths of each. The reach of a Facebook ad promotes the content within a blog post, which can be converted into a direct mailer to encourage people to visit your website, and on and on. What I've realized when we built Radical on the independent platform, all the pieces would not work together. Your Facebook would not work with Twitter. Your Twitter would not work with LinkedIn. Your website would not work with all of that stuff. And by having a consistent brand, a consistent message, and getting that out to the consumer, letting them know who you are and why they would want to work with you, by the time they get into your office, they already know you, so you can get down to business and you can help the person create the right process and system. So if you could go on to the next slide, please. What I want to talk about is the Radical trainings that we will be providing at this event. So let's pretend for a moment that this guy on the left is you, okay? And right now at this moment, you're not happy, right? You're not at all happy because your goals are over on the other side of that gap. Your goals of growing this business, the reason that you're working so hard day in and day out is to get there. And if you're going to get across this, what do you need? You need a bridge, right? So most days, that's what we're doing. All we're doing is we're building bridges. Maybe, today you say, okay, I'm going to try to work through this thing on Facebook. How do I place ads? How do I become the best advertiser on Facebook? And you start to build it out, and you build that Facebook advertising bridge. Then along the way, what happens? You read another blog post where you talk to a friend or a colleague and they say, nope, Facebook advertising is great, but really what you need to be doing is content marketing. How many of you have constantly tried to go to that shiny rock? And we go from one shiny rock to the next. And we build one bridge after the next, but we never get across. And somewhere along the way, about halfway through the construction of whatever bridge that you're building, you say, nope, it's not about that. And you change focus and you build another bridge. You go find another shiny rock. And what goes through your mind is, nope, what I need to be doing is I need to be doing webinars. Maybe you start building a webinar bridge. Now, at the end of the day, what you're left with is a bunch of half-built bridges. And here's the problem. You never get across. It never works. You're always chasing that shiny rock. And there's a lot of effort, time, investment, resources, money, talent, skills, and all these things are built into those bridges, but they never get built. They never get across. They're not getting you to the final goal where you want to be. And in the bridge building business, It's a zero-sum game. A half-built bridge, if anything, is actually more dangerous than if there was no bridge at all. Look, successful marketing is about implementation. It's about picking the right bridge and building the right bridge the first time, all the way, and then building the next bridge and the next bridge. And that's what Radical does. It provides that process to advisors. We help you build complete, finish, successful bridges towards your goals. And we want to help you learn how. So we have advisors around the country, right, that have been using this for about 1.5 years, and it works. And it's been dramatically increasing closing ratios. It's doubling attendance in workshops to even increase the effectiveness while decreasing marketing dollars. These tactics flat out work. The bottom line is this. If you'd like to have radical results, you need to be radical, and you need to come learn how.
Hey, Jeff, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
You know, I get these phone calls from people all the time. They want to help me do social media marketing. They want to help me do my LinkedIn, my website, whatever. But you know what? Maybe it's not a question. Maybe I want to make a statement. These are individuals who are not active financial advisors, and these are individuals who are not using this same process themselves. And you're the pioneer here. When I look at the numbers that you spoke about, what got you there was radical. Am I correct?
Yeah, I mean, look at, I come from a accounting background, right? And so I'm an accountant by trade, right? But I have one thing that is consistent, David, with you, is that I really want to help others, right? I really do. And the thing is I don't have enough resources to help every person who's pre-retired or a retiree. I don't have that. But what I do is we've built the right system, the right processes to teach an advisor how to do it. And by teaching those advisors how to do it, well, then what have we done? We've helped influence across the country, building out the right retirement process, the right processes in place to help that advisor help others. And that's awesome. And it couldn't be done. It couldn't be done if we didn't have the right marketing, branding process, we didn't have the right systems in place, the right FMO, and the right RIA. And that's why 3 Mentors is instrumental. And that's why Radical is the nucleus. And the third piece of this was we had to find the right RIA firm that fit the vision of by putting others first, you ultimately become first. And so Precision Capital Management is comprised of a variety of leaders in the financial industry. And each has a unique educational background and a specialization. And each plays an important role in continuing to raise the precision standard. Look, it's all about standards out there. What standard do you want to live your life by? I teach my kids that all the time when they're stepping on the softball field. It's all about standards. And as leaders, we see it as our role to bridge the gap between theory and execution. And it's easy to imagine a world where clients' where their retirement savings are protected. Imagine giving a consumer the best overall chance to manage downside risk and helping the advisor implement that right process and system. And that's where precision comes in. So the PCM advisors, the Precision Capital Management Advisor, is part of a team of seasoned professionals who have built outstanding careers at world-class organizations. They joined PCM for 3 very important reasons. To create a culture that puts the client first. To join a community based around the teamwork of collaboration needed to provide clients with the most proactive management of their money. And to enjoy the freedom to be true advisors whose interests are aligned with those of their clients. There's a proven process here. There really is. And the new and improved process is, yeah, it may have been spearheaded by me per se, but it helped me create what's called the megaphone effect by breaking things into 3 different areas and manage downside risk. The comprehensive asset management platform. Precision has built models to build out diversified portfolios that manage downside risk. And then there's efficient business processing, the integrated business processing solution that ties all aspects of the sales process together. And it has created a whirlwind out there of helping advisors help others. Chad, do you want to tell us anything about when the event is?
Absolutely. So thanks a lot, guys. All kinds of great information here, and that's only the tip of the iceberg of what you'll get at the Financial Evolution Summit. So here's the details: September 14th and 15th at the fabulous Gaylord Texan in Dallas, Texas. It's a fabulous resort if you haven't been there before, and it's going to be an action-packed, full agenda. Now, space is limited. We can't fill everybody. I know it's a big resort, but rooms aren't able to fit everybody. So you need to act fast. Make sure you get in on this event. Now, one thing to note, with qualifying production, there is a Travel on Us program. So you need to find out if potentially we'll pay for you to come see the event and learn everything firsthand. So a couple ways to get in front of us. You can go to www.financialevolutionsummit.com, or you can feel free to call the 3 Mentors home office and we'll help you with your registration. Phone number here is 888-604-3636, or again, go to www.financialevolutionsummit.com. Now, before we go, David, Jeff, any final last words?
Yeah, can I just add one thing? So the advisor who would want to come to this, okay, is the advisor that may not be struggling, but the advisor who wants to really build their practice the right way. It has taken about a year to find the right entities to be able to build this out. I will tell you, for about 18 months, I flew around the country trying to, because I knew that the independent space didn't have this. They didn't have all 3 entities working together. And I met with a lot of FMOs. I met with a lot of RIA firms. And while they may have done their independent space very well, they weren't helping the independent advisor become the franchise model that David talks about. By pulling together 3 mentors who, these guys get it. They just get it. By pulling Radical, that's built by advisors for advisors, and by joining with PCM, the RIA firm that just gets it. The advisor that needs to be coming to this is the advisor who wants to put their practice on steroids.
Jeff, you know what? Yeah, that was incredibly well said. I don't know what I could possibly add to that other than to just extend a personal invitation to you if you're listening to this. If you want to spend a couple of days that I'm confident can change the rest of your career. You know, we have a proven history in this industry of helping advisors go to the next level, and I don't even think that that's an accurate example. I think of 3 of our top advisors right now. We're the only FMO they've ever known. Those individuals have been with us longer than 5 years, and each one is building a financial practice in their own community that last year did close to $50 million in business. And I'm convinced that give them another 3 years, they'll be doing twice that. So, you know, I want you to think about the industry that we're in and what I just said. We're the only FMO they've ever known. So I just want to extend an invitation to you to come and see what the difference is and see what Jeff spoke about. See the power behind 3 united entities that are going to be behind you, supporting your business and helping you build something that truly is special and most people dream about. So, thanks everyone for listening. Chad, I'll let you wrap it up if you have any final comments.
And
All right.
can I just add, Chad, let me just add one more thing.
Absolutely.
If you are an independent advisor out there, you need to pay attention to this because the industry is changing. The brokerage world, they're becoming very, very in tune with this, and they're very good at having the right brand. So when the person comes in the office, they already know. The independent guy is under attack with the folks who want to do things themselves. They think they can do it better. And for the majority of the times, they probably could, but not with this. By having the right RIA firm, the right FMO, and the right marketing programs in place, this is what clearly will put the independent advisor on the same level with the big guys. Thank you very much.
All right, excellent. We look forward to seeing you all there. David, Jeff, again, thank you so much for your time. They will be on the stage at this Financial Evolution Summit, along with all kinds of other industry experts. This is, like I said earlier, just a glimpse. So go to financialevolutionsummit.com, or as I said, call 3 Mentors. We can help get you registered at 888-604-3636. We want to help you achieve your financial Everest, and this is a first step in doing that. Thanks, everybody, and have a wonderful day.